Do you want to know? Well, I've been thinking about you, and I think I have to listen.
Hi guys, welcome back to my channel, and if you are new here, welcome to my channel. And today we are going to talk about Bruce Lee, and because his death anniversary will be coming up soon on the 20th of July. So Emil suggested that I'm going to try to learn the nunchucks. I've done it before. Emil taught me a different variation of nunchuck movements. Do you say movements?
Nunchuck movements.
He suggested that I'm going to learn the Enter the Dragon nunchaku fight scene, and it took me like an hour to actually learn the routine. And you know, it's a bit frustrating when you actually want to see the detailed movements of how Bruce actually have done it.
Yeah, it's too fast.
It's too fast, and actually I copied the slow motion. I actually copied the slow motion version that we found on YouTube, but it is still too fast for me to follow. Since I don't really train on nunchakus, so I'm not really good at it. But yeah, I'm getting there. I'm getting there. So it's one of the martial arts weapons that I would like to learn. Like we do, you know, knife self-defense scenarios, and we do the calisthenics, and yeah, it would be nice to do nunchakus as well. So you can see how I work really hard to you know, copy Bruce, but yeah, I don't think I've given it justice.
No, but still, you should
but
try.
Yeah, I tried really hard, and I'm proud of my the outcome of it. So because I don't really use nunchakus on my training, so yeah, but I'm proud of it. But I probably do more of it. Growing up in the Philippines, we are familiar with maybe kung fu type of martial arts, like, you know, when they're flying everywhere and they do martial arts up in the air. Shaolin, is it Shaolin kung fu?
Yeah. 36 chambers of Shaolin, stuff like that. Yeah, with Golden Liu and stuff like that.
Yeah. So Jackie Chan obviously is so famous in Asia, but I knew Bruce maybe 1 or 2 films I've seen. I think Game of Death, the one that they have like levels, right? I think I've seen that. As far as I can remember, I've seen that when I was a kid. But never Enter the Dragon. No, never. I've only seen Enter the Dragon here. You know? But mostly Jackie Chan. First came over to the UK and learned about JKD and Bruce Lee's philosophy. I really got into, you know, getting to know Bruce in that way. You know, I'm not gonna claim that I know a lot about him because I've never read his book, The Tao of Jeet Kune Do. So he probably have more written philosophies there that I don't know. I just know him through, you know, researching about him online, on whatever is online or on YouTube, or his interviews where you can feel and hear the authenticity and sincerity of his words. You know, so I really like that. And of course Emil is you know, an avid ultimate fan of Bruce.
Yeah, well, I've been a fan of Bruce since I was about 5. You know, I first saw Game of Death commercial with my uncle, and I thought to myself, who's that? And then walking down the street with my dad, we saw a big poster of Bruce Lee. And I said, oh, I want to meet him one day. You know, I didn't even know he was dead. You know, and just from that kind of synchronicity of keep bumping into that same kind of person, or through TV or through posters or from like picture cards and stuff like that. You know, you just became interested. You thought to yourself, this guy's got some interesting aura about him. You know, what is it? You know, I was wanting to find out. I was about 5, 6, 7 years old, and I started taking up martial arts. I mean, I'd never even seen a proper Bruce Lee movie except for that commercial, that Game of Death commercial. And I was hooked from there. And I didn't see
Because
Bruce
he
Lee.
died in 1973.
1973 he died.
1973.
Yeah.
So yeah, so that's actually quite good. It's like the law of attraction.
Yeah.
The more you think about, you know, wanting to get to know Bruce, the more the universe actually puts you in situations to be,
Yeah.
you know, to be in the same energy
Yeah.
as Bruce. Like you went to see the trainers,
Yeah.
the students,
Yeah,
you know,
yeah.
old students
Yeah.
of Bruce.
Yeah, I
And
met Taki Kimura down in Santo, trained with them. I was quite lucky to have trained with them. And then I remember when I was about 5-6 years old, my mum's old boss, came to me and he said, next time I come around, I'm going to bring you a Batman toy. And I said to him, oh really? Oh yeah. And he said, yeah, you know, one day you'll be Batman, he said to me.
Oh really?
Yeah,
How
so
old were you?
5.
5.
Yeah,
Wow.
and one day you'll be Batman or you'll be in Batman.
This is what I was thinking when I first. We're talking about law of attraction
Yeah.
now. Sorry, guys. So this is what I was thinking when I learned about the law of attraction. Actually, there was a book that actually told me, or there was a book that I've read, that there was an activity there that asked me to go back to the past events of my life and connect the dots going
Yeah.
forward.
That's it.
It means, I mean, going back and then connect the dots. So it means that I think I wrote 3 major events in my life in the past that actually made me think, wow, it's actually, they're all connected.
Yeah. of
So
course.
it means that, you know, in the past, when you keep thinking about, you know, like Bruce in your head, or Batman in your head, 20 years after,
Yeah, I was in. Yeah.
you were in
Yeah, I was
Batman.
in Batman. Yeah,
You
yeah.
auditioning.
Yeah.
You auditioned for Batman
That's
and
right,
got the
yeah.
part
Got the part, yeah.
to
Yeah.
double the
Yeah,
fight
yeah,
scene
the
in
fight
Batman.
scenes, yeah.
And then you keep thinking about Bruce at that time, and then
The sister pops up.
10 years after,
Yeah.
you train in JKD and
Yeah.
met the original students
Yeah.
of Bruce.
That's right.
And then another years after, a decade after, 10 years after,
Yeah.
or you know, you were like
Yeah.
25 or something.
I was 25. Yeah.
You were 25, and
Yeah.
then you met Bruce's sister.
Yeah.
You know, that's when
know.
you realize that you manifested it years after what you've been wanting since you were
A kid.
5 years old, without even doing anything.
Crazy.
It's just because you want something and it manifested later on.
I was lucky that, you know, Bruce Lee's sister liked me a lot, and she taught me the same Tai Chi that she learnt from her father, that her father taught Bruce, because it's through the Tai Chi that Bruce Lee's father taught him and to his sister Phoebe. That's why he was so sensitive in his trapping. You know, that's the reason.
It's the energy.
It's the energy.
In doing Tai Chi,
Yeah, Tai Chi,
because
yeah.
you're feeling more the movement and feeling the energy
Yeah.
without touching, without body contact.
Yeah.
So you're
Yeah.
just feeling the energy of the movement and the air and
the trapping, you know, they were losing the
You
energy.
scared me then.
Yeah. But the thing is, and I was quite lucky enough that she, you know, became my godmother, and you know, she.
You have to explain what godmother are you talking about, because
Yeah.
some people probably get confused, because in the Philippines, godmother is like you are baptized in the church
Well,
and
no,
you
no,
become
no, I
godmother.
wasn't baptized. No, there's no about being baptized in the church with when Phoebe became my godmother. It was me going down on one knee, having. She made a tea, and I had a tea with her, and she gave me some of Bruce's things to me. But that's when she became my godmother. And,
Because she said that I will be your godmother,
yeah,
and that's like her own ceremony to accept you as a godson.
that's God's son. Yeah.
God's blessings and stuff
This was
like
for
that.
the Buddha. Yeah.
Yeah, because
Buddhist.
Phoebe is a Buddhist.
Yeah.
So it's different from, you know,
Yeah.
the Philippines where, you know, in Christian
Similar, it's the same
religion.
thing. Yeah.
But it's Phoebe is a Buddhist.
Yeah.
And then they did their own ceremony. Did you meditate it?
Yeah.
You know, and
They like to incense.
incense.
I had to talk to Bruce Lee's picture.
Really?
Bruce's picture.
Yeah.
Tried to introduce me to her husband. Took me to the cemetery to introduce me to her husband.
It's like in their it's in her altar, like this an altar.
No, we actually went to the cemetery.
Oh, cemetery.
Yeah, and also I went to see Bruce Lee's mum and dad as well. at the temple
So this is how
to
Phoebe.
introduce me as a son.
So this is how Phoebe recognizes you as
As a
her
son.
godson.
Yes,
This is Phoebe's way of asking God or Buddha
yeah.
to bless both of you and
Yeah.
accept you
That's right.
as her
Yeah.
godson.
That's right. That's right.
It's like they're your own intimate kind of like relationship between like a mother and a son.
Yeah, it really was. It really is, and is still. Yeah, to this
Yeah,
day.
yeah.
Yeah, but I was lucky enough to work on Batman and also to work on Stan Lee's TV series as well as a fight arranger, and so it's been a good thing.
Stanley is the writer, producer,
Of Spider-Man, right?
creator of some or if not all of Marvel comic book.
Yeah.
But so you've been working in bits and pieces in the film industry, doing fight scene choreography.
That's right. Yeah.
And
a bit of acting as well.
a bit of acting, and your biggest achievement is when you did Batman because you auditioned for it.
Yeah,
when you were
I
younger.
25.
You were 25.
Yeah, 25.
You know, from 5 years old.
Yeah.
20 years after.
I know.
From 5 years old, having your first Batman
toy.
toy. 20 years after you auditioned for Batman
with
Begins.
Christian Bale,
with Christian Bale, with
the first
5,000 more thousands of people auditioning for the film, and then you got it to double.
Yeah, double, and also to do the ninja scenes.
The ninja
scenes as well. Yeah.
The ninja scenes.
Yeah. So I doubled the fight scenes in the Batman movies. The first one.
The Batman Begins.
The Batman Begins.
Especially that one because you auditioned for it.
And
the third one, The Dark Knight Rises.
That's it. Yeah. With Bane. I doubled as well.
Doubled
the fight scenes as well.
Fight scenes. The martial art fight scenes.
Martial art fight scenes. Yeah. And then after that, Stan Lee one came along, and then I did Talking to the Dead with Sophie Rundle.
Yeah.
Who I was training her for the fight scenes.
Yeah, but this all came about because you were influenced by Bruce.
Yeah, absolutely.
Because
yeah, of course.
Bruce, martial arts and movies.
Yeah.
They actually
inspired, of course.
Made him a star.
That's right. Yeah.
Because because of his skills and and his determination and perseverance.
Yeah.
He actually made it to Hollywood.
Yeah, of course. And the thing is, it's still not over yet. Still in my career, and happy to go back and do some more projects, which we'll mention later on anyway.
Yeah, so, fingers crossed. Projects in the line, but things take a while. Imagine you were 5. It took you 20 years to actually manifest something. So if it happens, it will happen, no matter what the challenges are in the middle.
Yes.
From A to B.
Yeah, I know.
No matter what's in between A to B, you're still going to B.
That's it. Yes.
You just have to go through different paths,
Definitely.
and you already know your vision. And now Bruce is still carry on influencing the martial arts world.
Yeah, absolutely.
Because of not only because he's such a great martial artist, but his philosophy. What actually I love about him, aside from I like his martial arts, is his philosophy.
Yeah, absolutely.
And I think different people have different interpretation of how Bruce is explain his philosophy.
Yeah. That's it.
It's your version is different with my version of how I actually perceive where Bruce.
Because it works differently for everyone else, like the JKD.
Yeah.
It's like a coat. You either fit or doesn't fit, or maybe it might fit. It works differently for everyone else.
Yeah. Sometimes because you're in a different place, different situation, different emotion, different feelings. So when you read about it or watch, him talking about his philosophy.
Of course.
Sometimes you don't get it because you're not in the same space.
That's right. Yeah.
The same emotion, or you didn't have the same experience.
That's it.
With regards to, like being discriminated, being hated or disliked.
Yeah.
If you're not in the same kind of feeling, you wouldn't understand that. His vision and his philosophy. But anyway, enough of philosophy because other people have different interpretation of Bruce Lee's philosophy and his martial arts. It's the way of expressing yourself. If you're happy where you are, then stay where you are and still wanting to be better than yourself and in your situation. It's always you versus you. It's not about you versus another person, or you know what I mean.
Anyway, I was asking you. It's true, absolutely. I was asking you, what was it like meeting Phoebe?
Well, before I forget.
Before you finish.
So, because of you, I've met Bruce Lee's sister. Because of Emil, I met Bruce Lee's sister in 2018.
Yeah.
We went to Los Angeles for Emil to train in Danny Inosanto's gym. And it actually made me so proud when I went to visit his gym, because he's Filipino. And of course, obviously, I'm Filipino. And when you went train with him, I was just amazed that, I met him and, his influence in the martial arts world after Bruce Lee's transition. And then after LA, after your training, we went to San Francisco.
And of course you met Brandon Lee's best friend.
Yes, Daryl Chan. Thank you, Daryl. And I don't know if you will see this, but maybe in the future you will see this. And thank you for your generosity, your warmth, and for welcoming us and, me, Emil, and Talik. Yeah, it was so nice to meet him. And he was talking about Brandon and his training, their training.
They used to have sushi together.
We had sushi, yeah. Of course, you love sushi. Yeah, and I like hearing him talking about training.
Yeah, training.
Because he's a very knowledgeable guy, and regards to nutrition and sports and martial arts and training and fitness. And so after that we went to San Francisco, and we met someone. Before going to San Francisco, we met Patricia, her kids.
She recognized me from a video on YouTube.
She was really lovely, and she was nice, and her children are really nice. And and then we flew to San Francisco to meet Phoebe, and and Patricia went as well, and her children, and we met Phoebe, and we went for lunch. And she was really nice, and we went to the park. And we get on really well because we both have hay fever allergy. We have pollen allergy. We went there in May, so it was spring. Did we in May?
May.
Yes, it was May, so it was springtime. So she was really nice, and she talked about Bruce, and when Bruce was a kid, growing up with Bruce, and she's older than Bruce, right? Few years older than Bruce.
2 years.
2 years older than Bruce. So she was talking about Bruce and the way the way their life was in Hong Kong, and moving to America.
Phoebe just says that they both had a temper. Same temper.
But yes, it was very very good holiday for us, like a training holiday for you. And it was because of Bruce Lee.
That's it.
Because of him, we went to America. You trained again in the gym and met Phoebe again, and I've met Phoebe. It was an honor to have met her and hear all the stories about Bruce Lee, and met lovely people. And
we also got to see a really nice gym in San Francisco, a martial arts gym.
Yes, another martial arts gym.
Yeah, it was nice, wasn't it?
Yes, it was really nice, and it's all because of martial arts. And for me personally, it's all because of martial arts, and me wanting to learn self-defense. That's why I've met Emil, and because of Emil, we went to America and go to a Filipino dojo.
Yeah.
Filipino martial arts gym, which is done in Santo, and then went to I met Brandon Lee's best friend, and hear beautiful stories about this beautiful people. Bruce Lee and Brandon, a father and son relationship. Through
people that knew them.
People that knew them, and on Meet Phoebe, of course, and went to from LA to San Francisco. It was quick because we were just there for a week, right? A week, and but it was worth it. It was good because and now because of this pandemic we cannot go anywhere, so it was a blessing that we actually made those beautiful memories of people who made a very great impact in a lot of people's lives.
That's it.
Bruce Lee and Brandon in the film industry and in the martial arts world, and maybe people who just love him. You either practice martial arts or not. You just maybe either love films, and just want to watch action films, and maybe just love his philosophy and knew about him through his philosophy.
That's it.
So that's actually what we would like to share to you today.
That's it. Yeah.
Through this video, that it's quite a blessing that your dreams do come true.
Yeah, follow your dreams, regardless of.
So we just want to share that dreams do come true, and so we should not stop dreaming, and we should dream big. When you think it's impossible, then it's going to be impossible. So we shouldn't think it's impossible.
No.
So our dream is as big as our God. So if we believe our God is big, if our belief is big, if our faith is big, then we should not be afraid to dream big.
Yes, absolutely.
And not worry about if it's possible or it's impossible. And it's free to dream, so you might as well dream big. And like you, as you said earlier, you were just thinking about stuff when you were kids, and I have the same story, so just thinking about stuff when I was a kid. So gradually it manifested. So it's quite a good journey. So anyway, so we're gonna end this video here, and I hope we didn't bore you with our stories of how Bruce Lee influenced me and how Bruce Lee influenced Emil and met beautiful people. And so I hope that you will continue dreaming and be inspired, so that you will be an inspiration to people around you. So thank you guys, and if you like this video, please click like and subscribe if you haven't subscribed yet. Thank you. Bye.
Bye.
Thanks, Bob.
Bye.